Isla Grande. It was a very rough trip over, but we got here.
This is awesome.
Aw, Isla Grande is so cute.
It's like a whole nother feel.
Yeah. It has a completely different feel than the mainland in Linton. It feels like a vacation.
So this is where the locals, la gente, toda la gente, come and vacation. So you don't see a lot of Westerners here.
That'd be none. That is definitely a Bob Marley house.
Oh, Gaudi.
Oh wow, look at this. This nice gentleman pointed us to this hotel that is made with artistic flair like Gaudi, and he encouraged us to come back and take a look at all of it. Wow, this is rough. We've not been
I'm hurt.
We've not been off the boat, let alone hiking anywhere. We made it to the top of the hill, but it doesn't appear that we're gonna get much of a view here other than what we can see through the trees. All right, what do we got?
There's a place to sit, but no
Place to
view.
sit, no view.
A long time ago. Jungle grows fast.
If you come to Linton Bay, it's definitely worth visiting Isla Grande. There's lots of restaurants. You gotta come to those on a weekend. The hike up here to the radio tower is really nice. Straight through the jungle, really pretty. Lots of butterflies and birds, and the butterflies are amazing. So we would definitely recommend it. Today we are heading to Portobello on our way to Shelter Bay. It's really a momentous occasion moving in that direction. We've been here at Linton Bay for a month, getting the boat ready, and now we're headed on one of our last two journeys on the Caribbean Sea for a long time. I can't remember the last time we had falling seas and wind behind us. This is absolutely amazing. Oh, it is so nice to sail when waves are behind you. When we're surfing, 6.5 knots with just the jib. Who says the pig can't fly? We put a reef in the sail. It looks like we got a little bit of a squall coming, but the wind from behind has picked up. So instead of taking any chances, we brought her in a little bit. We are very excited to be heading to the town of Portobello. This bay has so much history, from being discovered in 1502 by Christopher Columbus, or the Spanish sending 45 galleons to the bay, each one carrying no less than 30 million pesos back to the commercial center of Spain, which was Sevilla. So a lot of history here. There's some forts that have been preserved. We're looking forward to walking around Portobello. It's a sleepy little town now, but wow, the history going back hundreds of years is just gonna be amazing. Woo, it is windy. Oh, this weather's crazy around here.
Here we are at the fort in Portobello. This is just one of them. There's several located to basically put a hurting on pirates coming in, or particularly the British and the French, from stealing the booty. And the booty is gold. They came here to 75 different flotillas to carry out all the gold which they raped and pillaged from the continent. First, the fortifications were more medieval and basic in style back in the early 1500s, and then later, right around 1760s, they started making them a lot fancier. By then, Spain had a lot of money. They could afford the architects. There was different Baroque is a lot fancier. That's where they come up with the guard towers that you see. They're also in San Juan. They're very famous at all the old Spanish forts, and that's what the Portobello mushroom is named after, the top of the guard tower. Very unique in style. And over here, this place is just littered with cannons. I mean, these things are cheap. Of course, they're hard to carry away. I think they're free, but you got to carry them off. I'm surprised for iron or bronze. They're probably bronze, and that's why they're not corroding, because these things have lasted at least 300 years.
There's only one road and one sidewalk through town, and this is it. Casa Cultura. Oh, this is supposed to be a cute shop. Look how beautiful that is. That shop is just incredible.
Oh, it's
Such
off the
unique
chart.
art pieces and
Man, I love the style.
beautiful. I'm impressed for a town that's not very touristy. What a cute little park. Ah, this must be the customs house. Look at that. Yeah. San Geronimo Fort was built in several stages between 1596 and 1779 to protect the transportation of goods from South America to Spain. Because pirate attacks were frequent, the fort was strategically sited along the shoreline. Substantial portions of the fort were rebuilt after 1758, incorporating new developments in military architecture. San Geronimo Fort is an important part of Panama's heritage. The wealth that traveled through the region for more than 150 years was substantial and contributed to the economic growth of many countries. The importance of the port necessitated regular upgrades to the fort, equipping it with the latest advances in military technology. Today, the fort survives as an important example of the evolution of Spanish fortification architecture. We're headed in to see the Black Jesus, the famous Black Jesus. The story goes that it was a commissioned piece that was thrown overboard. An African slave found it in the water and unboxed it, brought it on shore, put it in the church, and there was a cholera epidemic that was happening at the same time, and it was immediately finished. So they believe this Black Jesus has some
Jesus Negro.
very laid back town, isn't it? So fascinating.
Really interesting, the artwork, the history, the Black Jesus.
The Congo population and art, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
Old style, you know, as always has been, you know.
You have
No
options.
money, no problem. Since every other sailor, French, British, or Dutch can come over here easily in such a big coastline,
Right.
and they cannot be everywhere, the Spanish, they decided to do a simple thing. Put one custom in the Americas, so everybody can leave, it's free to leave the Europe and bring goods to be sold in the Americas.
Yeah.
But as in the modern nowadays, you have a customs. So when you arrive, you have to declare what you bring, you pay a taxation, and then with a stamp you're allowed to sell what you bring.
Sure.
This was the idea of Portobello. Is and was the only custom of all the land of Americas out of the islands.
Wow.
So basically every boat leaving Europe with goods to colonize the Americas, no matter which flags, was supposed to come in Portobello, where a notary was coming on board, taking a note of all your goods, making a price.
Sure.
And after you pay the price with the stamp of Portobello, you are allowed to go and sell all those things.
Yesterday we visited the town of Portobello, which is on our starboard side of the boat. And now we're going to the two forts that are up on the hill. And we're gonna also get to see the powder house up at the top of the hill, and apparently a great view.
The small beach you can see from here.
Yes.
You can easily park your
Dinghy
dinghy over there. And you have a first
On the
battery of
beach.
cannon
Okay.
on the beach side
Okay.
to shoot right in front.
Okay.
Well, this fort is definitely not being kept up like the other forts, and probably because it is not visited nearly as often as the other ones. This fort was actually dismantled back in the early 1900s to bring stones to the breakwater at the north entrance of the Panama Canal. So they destroyed this fort in order to harvest the stones.
Then at the end of the fortification you will recognize a small house which was the casamata, the explosive powder storage room. And then you will see a hill with a path. You can go up the hill and you will find a second battery of cannons, San Fernandito, which were meant to shoot longer in the
Yeah,
day.
sure.
Then if you are up for some more sweating activity,
Yeah, right.
you cannot get lost. You can reach the peak of the mountain over there,
Yeah.
where in the highest part of the mountain is hidden in the tree the real and the central explosive powder storage
Oh, wow.
room.
Oh, wow.
So you can visit first floor, second floor, and the terrace.
Oh, super. You're so good, man.
Meanwhile you're there, then Brown is also a romantic viewer.
Yeah. Thank you. We go now.
You never know, you never know.
We go now.
Amore! Oh, I think I'm getting too old for this. It's pretty amazing that they carried those stones to make the garrison up top, all the way up this hill. And after a long hike, the best place to end the day is at Casa Vela with Francesco. Best food ever, like being in Italy. So good. Oh my gosh, that was amazing.